YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is 2 Point Campus Strategy and Tactics Quick Tip. So today's topic is going to be the lounge. Specifically the student lounge. Now, the student lounge is an interesting beast. It contains a lot of objects that you can actually place in the hallway. So in a way, it's actually ultimately optional. But there is a couple of compelling reasons to place it. So the lounge has a minimum size of 3x3, and just like our friend the library, has a capacity tied to the room size. Now this capacity is much lower than the library square for square, and I actually like these things a little on the smaller side. However, we can do a little bit better than the default 3x3 with 6 people. If we build one more tile, we get a 7th person. After that, it takes a lot more tiles to get additional capacity in here. And at that point, I think the room kind of overstays its welcome if it gets too much bigger of a footprint. This is one of those things that you want to slip in multiple copies of dotted around your campus so that your students can pop in and fulfill their needs a little bit more effectively and then get the heck out of there. So we're going to do a 3x3 with a 1 tile wherever you want. Whatever fits the need of wherever you're placing it, I'm just placing it like this. But ultimately, we want the door, and I'm going to put the door out like that. Now, for actually filling this thing with objects, there's a few goals that we have here. A lot of your students will put up personal goals for the 2-player arcade table, the 2-player game table, and the table football. So we want to make sure we provide all of those. We also want to make sure our students get a hand sanitizer. So I'm going to put that right in front of the door. We also want a garbage can near the door as well. Now, as far as our game tables, we're going to place one of each, because you only need one in order to fulfill the needs for it. As long as the student can find one of them on the campus somewhere, then you're good. And then lastly, the game table will go over here against this wall. Just nudge it up against the garbage can as much as possible. Now, as far as other objects, there is one main reason why I actually like the student lounge. Because, I mean, at this point, games, yeah, they provide entertainment. And while you can't place these in the hallways, there's other ways to give your students entertainment. But the refrigerator. This thing is pretty much the main reason why you would ever want to bother with a student lounge. The object allows your students to fulfill both their food need and their drink need at the same time. It's very potent, very powerful, and we want lots of copies of it in here. 4 to be precise. One item you absolutely should not place in the student lounge is a microwave. Observe. Really long animation, and the food need gives almost less than a vending machine's worth. Not worth the time to do the microwave. If you're going to build a more creative, more fleshed out one, don't include the microwave. The fridges are infinitely better. I also like putting down a kitchen sink. This gives us a little object variety and also a second source for students to wash their hands, much like the hand sanitizer. So it helps encourage cleanliness without having to hit the shower. And lastly, just for more variety, we're going to throw in a dartboard here. That's better. I should read my own notes. I put the garbage can in the wrong place. Garbage can goes here in the corner. This goes scooched a little bit further back, and that gives us room for a dartboard. And now, this is looking pretty good, but we have this nice, big, wide open space right here in the middle. You know, there's probably something that you're thinking of putting in there. It's another object that can appear in this room, but can't appear in the hallways. And that is the indoor table. I mean, after all these things require, like, level 2 friendships to use cooperatively, and this thing helps build level 1 to 2 friendships here. It fits perfectly in the middle here. So, isn't that nice? But it's wrong! Do not, I repeat, do not put the indoor table in here. Here's the reason. The room has a capacity, a limited capacity. The longer people stay in this room, the more other people can't go into the room. So by putting in an indoor table in here and having them just fart around on there, they're not building any needs. They're building friendships. Yes, I'll give you that. But they're not building needs. They're just hogging up the capacity. So do not put an indoor table in the center as much as you want to. As far as what you should put in there, if you need temperature fixing, put it put your temperature fixer in the middle there. You could throw in a random plant. Or if you get an oddball item request from your students, let's say you have a lot of goths and they want the dark throne, throw that in the middle. Just to help fulfill their needs and, give them something to utilize. Now I'm not saying that helping your students develop friendships is a bad thing. Also, don't forget to decorate the walls and the floors with posters. You should be able to get this up to about a 7 or 8 prestige, and it's not as important as to build the prestige as it is, say, the dormitory, but still you can get the prestige up there so the students are happy in there. Now, if you want to develop the friendships here, all you need to do is go to your corridor thing, go to your corridor bench, and right outside, boom, there's your benches. These benches serve the exact same function as that table, except they're outside the room, so people sitting here and chatting and building up their friendships aren't using up space in here. So that is what I like to call the lucky student lounge, because it holds 7 people. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope this helps. If you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent, your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar, signing out. See ya!